So basically, if God cannot appear in your life, then the question must be that are you following or are you found within the dictates of that pipeline? If the pipeline is laid well, then the circuit has been enabled, that now the power that can be generated out of Elohim can now move into the one that is seeking of the same Elohim. So God begins to push a man to a place whereby this same man must begin to tarry within their own selves. Meaning the soul, the spirit, and the body must begin to align, that these three may tarry into the fullness in which God must be found. Because when God comes to your life, He doesn't just come because He wants to impact your own spirit, but by the very impartation of the Spirit, He expects that the soul also will feel the impact. And out of that effect of the soul, the body may now begin to react out of that baseline which has been formed within the soul. So when it comes, that's why God can appear to you and you leave that encounter and you still remain in that darkness. Because the soul must also have the impact in which of what has happened within the spirit. So if the soul has not yet been impacted by the happenings of the spirit, then it means that there's no ability in which the body can also be transformed in the manner in which God came into your life. So when God comes, that nature, that which has happened in your own spirit must also find its way to your soul. Are you getting me? And that's why we miss God, because now we get to seek God out of the spirit, but we always leave the soul behind. So it must take your three-dimensional existence for God to be able to permanently seal Himself into your own life. The impact of God is so easy. Unless a man finds himself into the same God, that man cannot know the ways and the structure in which this same God has come. And every time God comes, He begins to lay different structures in which He must come unto the life of a man. It doesn't just come because of the same structure that was laid before. Every coming of God, every encounter of God in a man's life has to be dictated by the very structure that is existing already in the life of that man. So the question is, the day you met God last time, have you laid another structure that God can come in a new way? It's basically forming a new camp that God may come and dwell in that camp. It must have the intentions and the energy of eternity that God may come, that the Zoe of God may begin to also create kind of transactions and bargains within that very camp that you have created. It means that the structure that you shall build, God must also have the ability that structure can also begin to speak of Him or breathe of Him.